rapture is so upon us.
Say goodbye to my car. But she's gotta go. I won't need her beyond September because I'm going home.
Yeah! That me real quick. So apparently the world was supposed to end.
Everyone here is waiting for the same thing, the stroke of midnight.
No, not that time. No, not that time. There's this idea called the rapture. It's not in the Bible, it's not on text, it's just a word to describe an event that will happen. It's basically the end of the world starter pack. Jesus pops up and says, hey yo, it's time, pack your shit, let's go.
Spent 22 grand on a hooker, brought her home and that bitch had a dick. Told her get out my house, and she walked out my house. I had noticed her booty was thick. I was like, nah, never mind, you good. I'm a lumberjack, I can tolerate wood.
And all the true believers are just yeeted and floated like Gojo into heaven. And it's gonna be so good, just vibes and salvation, everybody levitating from this earth. But it transitioned to Jesus finna snatch his real ones up. And if you're not snatched up in the air, then you're not getting into heaven. But here's the problem with all this. The Bible literally says no one would know the day or the hour. Not us, not Christians, not even Jesus himself. Only God would know. And the problem with that is that every decade or at least every few years, it seems that somebody knows the exact date. Spoiler alert, they've always been wrong. And listen, this all started when a South African pastor named Joshua. No, not that Joshua. Joshua Michaela, who predicted that the rapture would happen on September 24th. And he claims that God came to him in his dream, very vivid in human form, and told him that he was the chosen one.
The rapture is so upon us that if you are not ready for it, it is ready for you.
In his failed prediction of the rapture widely shared on social media, he claimed that Jesus told him he was coming soon.
Remember, I'm not dreaming. I'm looking at him as he's talking, without his mouth opened. He says to me, on the 23rd and the 24th of September, 2025, I will come to take my church.
TikTok picked it up and did what TikTok did best. Turned it into a trend, right? Hashtag RaptureTok, hashtag Jesus is coming. People of all different ethnicities and backgrounds, just Christians involved, started posting videos saying, hey, best tips to do when you're getting raptured. Just hyping this up. Everybody within South Africa was like outside looking at the light, thinking that it was the rapture, and it was just sunlight. Basically, you had one side that really believed that this rapture was happening, right? The delusionals. And then you had the other side that maximized this trend and were trying to get their content off using a rapture. That content does well because it always goes off of fear-mongering and anxiety conversations. It's like a half church revival, then it's like a half Black Mirror episode. And I'm not gonna lie, I know people are probably wanting this rapture to happen because the world is terrible right now. The insanity isn't from there. It's actually starting now because this is where it gets wild. People started selling their possessions, cars, houses, TVs.
Guys, I'm saying goodbye to my car. I've had it for 5 years. They're taking it. Oh, this is my baby, man. This has been my baby for years. 5 years. But she's gotta go. I won't need her beyond September because I'm going home.
So I gotta ask you, if you think you're getting raptured, why are you giving away your stuff? Who do you think is getting it? The people that are condemned to hell? Because I always assumed that when people are getting raptured, the world was finna end. If you're really leaving Earth, right? What's the point of selling your car, selling your possessions? You can't take the money with you when you're getting raptured. You're trading a worldly possession for another worldly possession. And if the rapture does not happen, you're in an insanely worse position in this worldly life you're living in.
It's a man who can slap but can also stroke.
Because you didn't get raptured. But you're not in a better position if you did get raptured, because you're just trading worldly possession for worldly possession. And this goes into one of the biggest, I guess, flag bearers of this movement, and his name is Tilawan. You know, he was making videos talking about fasting, preparing for the rapture, like fasting was going to clear his mind and make rapturing getting easier. was one of the ones that uploaded his car. It looked like it was getting repoed, but apparently he said he was selling it off, and he looked like he was going through some struggles. I mean, he looked kind of homeless, and I don't want to judge a man by his cover. But you sold your car, bro. You either got repoed or it's sold. Both of them are bad decisions. So I just got to assume that this isn't the first bad decision that you made. When I caught on to this trend, the rapture already was over with. So I was like, okay, well, let me look into it, see what he's doing now, right? And apparently one of the biggest TikToks was him saying if the rapture does not happen, he would never talk about RaptureTok again.
The rapture didn't happen like I said it would, and I promised that when it didn't happen, by the time that I said it would, that I would upload a video of me publicly apologizing and repenting.
And I'm like, okay, well, let me see. He's still talking about RaptureTok. You wanna know why? Because the pastor, Joshua Michaela, made a mistake. Apparently, he was using the wrong calendar for this event.
I'm 1,000,000,000% sure that the rapture is going to happen on the 23rd and the 24th of September 2025. But when you cross over straight from this Feast of Trumpets to our Gregorian calendar, it will put you on the 7th and the 8th of October.
He actually meant October 7th and October 8th, which is based off of the Julian calendar, right? But the events are still gonna happen. It's just gonna happen, really. Today's October 7th. So this video doesn't come out, it's because I got raptured. We'll see what happens. It's just insane to me that a grown man tells you, oh, bro, God gave you the wrong info. It was supposed to be on the Julian calendar. So it's a week or two later. And you just like, oh, yeah, I got you. And you go back to this delusional soliloquy that you were doing weeks before. So here's the deeper issue, right? There's too much delusion within it. Too many false prophets. This isn't new. There's always been people using religion to control or manipulate others or to fearmonger people to do these rash decisions because they convince them that the world is ending. Look at David Koresh. I don't know if y'all know that story, but he militarized his followers. He was the Messiah that God was using him as his vessel. And he convinced everybody to stay within this compound and convinced the men to let him sleep with their wives or their daughters for God. And it ended up with a standoff with the FBI, and hundreds of people died within this compound because they burned themselves alive for their Messiah. The danger of mixing charisma with delusion. Listen, back then you need to really put in the legwork, really go out there and convince people, door-to-door salesmen, that you're the Messiah. But now you can just have a ring light and a Bible app and some AI, and you could do damage. But here's the crazy part. I don't think most of these prophets really believe in what they're saying, especially on TikTok. I just think they're using it to get views and hopefully get some creative rewards from TikTok. There's another thing about Christians, and I don't mean to bash my fellow brothers and sisters, right? We love saying we lead without judgment, then turn around and judge you for not believing what we're trying to make you believe. We lead in hypocrisy, for sure. And I'm Christian, so I can say it. We are the most judgmental religious group, in my opinion. The rapture happened, half the church will be shocked at who made it and be wondering, yo, why didn't I make it? And be trying to drag people from getting raptured. Crabs in a bucket, immediately. What's just shocking to me is people writing letters on TikTok to their spouses. You think your spouse is not gonna make it, but you are? Huh? Be serious. You sleeping with this person. You're having kids with this person. Well, why do you think they're not gonna make it, but you are? So you just chilling, right? Gojo levitating while your spouse and your kids burn on earth? Is that something you want to live with? Like, be for real. What are we doing? That don't even make sense. There's a condition that people have labeled these false prophets having, right? Which is religious psychosis. And the definition of it is characterized by delusions or hallucinations involving religious themes. Hearing divine voices, feeling a special spiritual mission that can be influenced by genetic factors and psychological stressors. A lot of these false prophets, they may be sick. They may need help. Not Jesus help, like psychiatric help. But like, what makes RaptureTok so weird is how it turned fear into entertainment. Fear just equals engagement on anything. If people have fear of their home, fear of their livelihood, and you make videos around that, people are going to tune in every day. Zoom out a little bit and really realize that RaptureTok is like a mirror of our collective minds, how we just genuinely feel. Every time the world gets messy, Pandemics, wars, AI. People start reaching for it. Like, there's a reason that we're going through all this struggle. If you can't fix the world, might as well believe Jesus is just gonna hit a reset button. I don't even want to get too much into that. What I really want to get into is that the internet has turned that type of content into a genre. You get what I'm saying? Like, every few months, it's a new apocalypse. The Mayan calendar, AI takeover. Now, Jesus will take us from this earth, but specifically with just the end of the world thing. People are just waking up the next day like, oh, well, see you on the next prophecy. Here's the main problem with all of this. Every failed prophecy, every failed propaganda around Christianity about something that's supposed to happen divine, it makes it look less credible and it makes us look less trustworthy to believe in. Especially the younger people who are like, bro, look, why would I want to be a part of that community? Like, my spiritual journey is more private. I have mentors, but it's private. I do private worshiping. I go to church sometimes. I do Bible study, but I'm not entrenched in a community because I'm very particular of who I want to be around with. And it's hard to take pastors seriously when they don't practice what they preach, or spokespersons within the community where you feel like they're just grifting and just selling out to monetize y'all. You know what I'm saying? Then once the well dries up or they got enough money to leave, they're just gonna leave y'all. I don't even think Christianity is the real villain here. I just think it's social media. Because why is a random pastor from South Africa getting millions of views about something he had in a dream? Why is it happening now? Because TikTok's algorithm prioritizes what makes you feel something stronger. And nowadays, people are feeling fear of their livelihood. And why not latch on to something that gives you hope that there's a light at the end of this tunnel? But then comes in the misinformation pipeline. People duetting prophecy videos to educate, but I mean, they're really just trying to spread the nonsense further. Is it really a trend if someone's not trying to profit off of it? There might be spiritual coaching sessions, rapture survival kits.
Rapture trip tip number 5. When you finally start moving up into the air, I recommend that you don't hold on to anything. I definitely don't recommend looking down. Just keep calm, take a deep breath.
Like, why are we charging people for something that Jesus never charged? Meanwhile, people who are already believing this stuff are already quitting their jobs and giving up their livelihoods. You think they have the money to buy a course at this point? But, all right, let's talk more about when the rapture didn't happen on the 24th. Right, that's what happened after the 24th. Nothing happened. Most people did what humans always do, cope. Some said God changed his mind. Others said, man, people were raptured spiritually, but just they're physically here. They're just coping. They go on, try to recoup what they lost the next day. Like, think about how much Christianity has been, like, quantified. Like, faith used to be just a one-on-one relationship with God, or a relationship with God shared with your community to help further your relationship with God. Now it's a live stream with comic session. Now it's merch. Now it's not even Bible study, but just let's watch reaction videos of red pill content and then let's throw God in there to get y'all to really act up. Now Christianity is a tool to hide your racism behind, right? Hide your prejudice behind. Hide your judgment behind. And when faith, which should be pure, gets mixed with all that other nonsense, you get this bullshit that we see today. So if you take anything from this, my light bright opinion, RaptureTok is absurdly stupid, but also a perfect snapshot of how we use religion, fear, and content to fill our emotional emptiness. It's October 7th, so if the world ends today and I get raptured or I'm left on earth to burn, I hope I could do one last thing tonight, which is do my Bible study, play a game, and go raw on something. That's what I hope. Much love, and I'll see you on the next prophecy.